In a green-covered canyon, way up near the sky, came a lone seal brown stranger. Near his mother he lay. His story we'll tell you of the sorrow he had, a misunderstood stranger. Yes, his story is sad.
I remember the first time I ever saw Smoky. He was running with a band of other horses, and even from where I watched him, he stood out. He was proud and fast, the kind of a horse any man would give his right arm to own. But right then, he was trying his best not to be owned by anyone.
Look out!
Suddenly, he broke loose from the rest of the herd, trying to escape. Those cowhands were set on getting him. Before I knew it, I'd ridden off to get a better view of the chase.
Looks like he's done it again.
Yep. He's probably sitting back on his haunches right now, giving us the horse laugh.
Well, we haven't got any more time to waste with him. Let's go.
I guess maybe it was kind of foolish of me to feel the way I did because he wasn't mine. But when I saw him there in the open, as wild as his surroundings, I knew he was for me. So I rode after him. I had a hunch he was in that gorge, but I knew by now that he was too smart to hide there unless there was another way out. So I thought I'd put one over on him by riding in from behind.
We're going to build it up along here. No, not there. Put it on top of the others. Where's your sense of beauty?
In the cookhouse where it belongs.
Well, it's about time. Go open the gate, Baldy. Julie! Julie!
Yes, Graham?
They're here.
Be right with you. They seem to be in pretty good shape.
They're sure full
Graham?
of spirit. Quite a job getting those broncs ready for the market by the 1st.
That's fine talk for a gal that sniped Indians off the tailgate of a covered wagon.
Did I say I was worried?
You look fine, Jeff. Did you have any trouble bringing him in?
Well, they were a little skittish, but they're bound to be after running wild for so long.
What about that seal brown stallion? Did you bring him in this time?
No, ma'am, I'm afraid not.
Huh, outsmarted you again. Looks like I'll have to go out and bring him in myself.
Well, he's all yours, Mrs. Richards.
Uh-oh, what's that coming?
I'll be.
So will I.
Well, you should be. Open the gate.
Give him a hand.
Say, who is that bringing him in?
I don't know. It's not one of our boys.
Not if he's bringing him in. Come on, let's get out of the way. Nice work, young fella.
Thank you, ma'am. I figured you might want him brought in.
Well, I hope he's worth the trouble you took.
He sure looks good to me.
Well, he'll make a fine saddle animal if he's broke right.
I see you know your horses, ma'am. You the owner of the Rockin' R?
No, I'm not the boss. Just bossy. Outfit belongs to my granddaughter. What'd you say your name was?
Clint Barkley, ma'am.
Well, meet the boss, Mr. Barkley. Miss Richards.
How do you do, Miss Richards?
Hello.
I heard you were hiring some extra wranglers.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about it. I don't believe I mentioned it yet.
Oh, well, it must have been your thinking I heard then.
I guess it was. But maybe we could use an extra man. How about it, Jeff? Oh, this is Mr. Nix, our foreman.
How do you do?
How are you?
Where you been working, Barkley?
Texas, Arizona, New Mexico.
No, I mean what ranch?
Most all of them, one time or another.
Oh, you don't light in one spot very long, huh?
Depends on the spot. Some I like, some I don't. This place I think I'd like.
I see.
You've had experience breaking horses?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, there's 30 of those broncs that have to have the rough edges taken off of them by the 1st of the month. Think you can handle about half of them?
Sure like to try.
Okay, Jeff?
All right, take care of your horse. I'll give you your orders later.
Fine. Thank you, Miss Richards.
What's the matter, Jeff? Don't you like him?
Well, I like to know a little something about the men we hire.
He didn't by any chance put your nose out of joint bringing that stallion in, did he?
And the man doesn't want to give references. He might have something to hide.
Well, there's room enough around here to hide it.
Doing a little better, Barkley. Yeah, a couple of more rides ought to do it.
Well, he don't waste much time on them broncs. That's 6 of them he stopped today.
Yeah, he's all right. Wonder what made him drift around so much.
Some of us just can't stay put. We're like fleas.
Yeah.
All right, young fella. Just for that, you're next. Let's cut out this stallion and put him in the other corral.
Okay, it's practically that. to shoot?
No, we don't want to rush this one. I don't think I'll ride him today.
He'll be plenty salty when you do get to him.
Take it easy, Sonny. Nobody's gonna hurt you. You ain't gonna like that.
Hang to it, hang to it. You're not ready yet, eh?
That's right, fight. Get it out of your system.
Snub him, snub him.
Now, just take it easy. Take it easy. Sure got your eye on me, haven't you? That's good. The more you watch, the more you'll see, and the quicker you'll learn.
Good lad, good lad.
He's working on the little renegade.
I'll be right back, Graham. Don't you need some help?
I don't think so. You better not say any of Miss Richards.
Oh, I'm used to horses.
Yeah, but he's not used to humans. Doesn't know quite what to make of us.
He's a bad boy, isn't he?
No, he's not bad. He's just got a mind of his own. We're going to take plenty of time with him.
Because they bring a better price than the other horses?
You're not going to sell him with that bunch of crows, are you?
I'll decide that when the time comes. After all, we're in business to sell horses.
Yeah, I know, but this fella's in the class by himself.
Well, what would you suggest, Mr. Barkley?
Keep him here in the ranch. He'll make one of the finest cow horses in the country if we break him right.
Incidentally, you'd enjoy doing that, wouldn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, right now, I think you've got your hands full breaking in the others. Suppose you turn him loose.
All right, you're the boss. But you better get out of here before I do.
I told you I'm used to horses.
All right.
What a horse.
What a man.
Graham, be your age.
I wished I was yours.
Come on now, don't act like that. We're just going for a little walk. Smoky, I'm going to leave you down here for a while. Got plenty of grass and plenty of water and plenty of time to think things over. Just remember, the better you treat this rope, the better it's going to treat you.
La 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 streets of Laredo. As I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, wrapped in white linen as cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. These words he did say as I boldly walked by. Come sit down beside me and hear my sad story. I'm shot in the breast and I know I must die. It was once in the saddle I used to go dashing. Once in the saddle I used to go gay. First down to Rosie's and then to the card house. I'm shot in the breast and I'm dying today. Get 16 gamblers to carry my coffin, 6 purty maidens to sing me a song. Take me to the valley and lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy and know I've done wrong. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as they carry me along. Put bunches of roses all over my coffin, roses to deaden the clods as they fall. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, wrapped in white linen as cold as the clay.
Daddy, things like it fresh. Tony Clint.
Yeah. It's all right, Willie.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Say, have you ever been in Laredo, Clint?
No, I never have.
I thought you said you worked down in Texas, Barkley.
That's right.
Well, Laredo's the center of the cow business down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many?
Top one.
You say Laredo's quite a place.
Yeah, so they tell me.
Did you like Texas?
Yeah, I liked it all right.
Then why did you leave?
Because I thought maybe I'd like it up here better.
I think I agree.
You want to sit in, Barkley?
No, thanks. I'm going out and do a little work.
Ambitious, ain't he? Working on Sunday.
He's as jumpy as one of those broncs he's been busting.
Well, you're bound to be a little jumpy when you're hiding something.
Maybe he was just tending to his own business, like a lot of us ain't.
Wish I was woolly Bookie Bee. Wish I was woolly Bookie Bee. If I was woolly Bookie Bee, I'd make my home at a cherry tree. I wish I was woolly Bookie Bee. Wish I was chipmunk little and small. Wish I was chipmunk little and small. I was chipmunk little and small. Find me a hole in a straw. Wish I was chipmunk little and small.
Miss Julie here, Miss Richards.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just want to talk to her for a minute.
Can't she even have her Sunday to herself? She was fixing to go swimming.
Do you want to see me, Jeff?
Yes,
Go ahead, shoot. I ain't moving.
Miss Julie, as long as I worked for your father, he never had any complaints about the way I managed the ranch.
If I ever complain?
No, ma'am, you haven't. But he let me run things pretty much my own way.
And I don't, is that it?
Well, not exactly, but about this fella Barkley. You figuring on keeping him on after he gets through with those broncs?
Well, he knows his job, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's a good hand. But you know, Miss Julie, news has a way of getting around.
Especially if it's bad.
Now, I was talking to a couple of the boys in town the other day, and as near as I can figure it out, he was mixed up in a pretty nasty scrape down in Texas.
Some folks would look for rattlesnakes in a bunch of violets.
What kind of a scrape, Jeff?
Some money disappeared. Quite a chunk of it.
Fiddlesticks. I don't believe a word of it.
The boys wouldn't have any reason for just saying that, Mrs. Richards.
Well, what does Barkley say about it? Have you talked to him?
I tried to feel him out, but he shut up like a clam.
I tell you, that fella's no jailbird. And suppose he is. Why, there isn't a cowhand on this ranch that hasn't wound up at least one Saturday night in jail. And how do you suppose your father got his start?
Graham!
He didn't come by that string of horses he swapped
Are you trying
with
to
his
say
ranch
Dad
driver.
stole those horses?
No. He got them awful cheap.
right, stop it. I know you've got pretty legs and all that. You don't have to show them off to me. Yeah, I guess you don't like school much, Sonny. But there are a lot of things more important than kicking up your heels and having a good time. Come on now, just take it easy. One thing you have to learn is how to get along with people. You understand? Sure you do. You haven't got this bump of knowledge for nothing.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Miss Richards. I didn't know you were here.
For a moment, I didn't know the horse was here.
Kind of looked like we were trespassing, Smoky.
Smoky?
Oh, I hope you don't mind my naming him Smoky. I just figured that, well, where there's smoke, there's fire, and you gotta admit he's got plenty of fire.
It's a good name for him. And I see you're still coddling him.
Yeah, but on my own time. Today's Sunday.
You think he's something special, don't you?
You bet. Don't you?
Of course I do. Smoky's always been something special. I used to catch glimpses of him when I was out riding. He was an adventurous little cuss, even when he was 3 or 4 weeks old. He got that from his father, a proud wild stallion. From his mother, he inherited a strange gentleness and loyalty. But most of all, he was like his father, always wondering what was on the other side of the hill. His father sensed this and never let him get away with anything. Right from the start, he learned to obey his father. Even when it meant wading through a mountain stream. It was wet and cold, but he went through it because he learned obedience. He felt good when he got out of the water, and his mother made him run to dry off. He was still full of pep when they got back, and he would have enjoyed another run, but his father didn't encourage him. He knew there were more important things to do. Little Smoky stood there for a moment, completely bored, and his mother knew that an idle mind could only lead to mischief. So she suggested that he try the grass. He'd never thought of eating it before, but being an adventurer, he did, and he liked it. Then, when he was 4 months old, tragedy struck without warning. He knew there was something wrong. His mother was lying quiet and still, and he couldn't understand it. But his father knew. He felt sorry for the little fellow, who whinnied for his mother to get up and play with him as she'd always done. But she was dead. There was no way for his father to help, except to take Smoky with him. He called to him. And for the first time, Smoky disobeyed. There was nothing more his father could do, so he left to join the herd. And little Smoky was alone. He stood there and whimpered. Then suddenly a mountain lion screamed, and he knew another kind of fear. This fear followed him as he grew up. There was danger everywhere, but he learned to run away from it. Then, when he was 2 years old, he saw a small band of our horses, and he realized how lonely he'd been. He approached them cautiously. And when he heard their friendly voices, his fear left him. So he ran to join them, and they became his herd. He was almost 3 when he saw a man for the first time. I guess he thought we were coyotes and mountain lions, too.
Bad start like that can throw a horse off the beam for life. But I think he'll come along all right.
Horses and men are pretty much alike, don't you think?
Maybe.
Oh, cigarette?
Thanks.
Hello, boy. You want to join us?
I'm afraid he hasn't developed much of a sociable streak yet.
It's amazing how much you two have in common.
How do you mean?
Well, from what I hear, you're not very sociable yourself.
I guess just doing my job as a wrangler isn't enough for Jeff.
Oh, he's just looking out for my interests. Look, I don't like to say this, but he's heard some very ugly rumors about you.
Oh? If he believes them, I guess that means I'm through, huh?
Not necessarily. I'm sure that a little explanation from you will clear everything up.
It isn't as easy as that. There's certain things you can never explain to some people. And the few who would understand don't need an explanation.
I'll buy that.
Thanks.
But if my curiosity gets the best of me, I'm going to ask Smoky.
Hi, Willie. Got a stitch, needle, and thread handy?
Yeah, it's up there in that cabinet on the wall. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna put some padding on this halter.
You sure take care of that little bronc, don't you? What are you so happy about all of a sudden?
Oh, I just like it here, I guess.
It's funny what one little old horse will do for a fella. Oh, there was an old man and he had an old mare. She run off, he didn't know where.
Hey, Bud.
Hello. Where'd you come from?
Looking for a fellow by the name of Clint Barkley. You know where I can find him?
Yeah, he's right down there in the blacksmith shop.
Much obliged, Bud. Hi, Clint. Hey, you're a hard man to find.
Maybe you didn't look hard enough, Frank. You could have found me at the Laredo jail. That's where I've been for the last 8 months.
Yeah, I just heard about that last week. I heard you'd been in jail.
You sure that's the first you heard of it, huh?
Oh, sure, naturally. Why, if I'd known before, I'd have come on back and told him what really happened.
Yeah, I know you would.
Anyhow, I want to thank you for what you did for me.
For what I did for you.
At least you didn't squeal on me.
If I had nobody to bleed me.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you were in a pretty tough spot at that. I sure wish I'd known before.
Yeah, I know. But you didn't come here to tell me that. What did you come here for?
Well, Clint, I need a job, and I was just thinking that maybe you might put in a good word for me around here.
I wouldn't put in a good word for you again if you never got a job. Now get out of here.
Okay, Clint. Can't hate a guy for trying. Oh, look, Clint. You know how I am. Every time I get a job, I just seem to get in some kind of trouble. I don't know. And I've been thinking that if, you know, I could work along with you, you could sort of keep an eye on me. Keep me in line. Well, I know you saw it, Clint. I don't blame you, but I sure would appreciate another chance. If you won't help me, who will?
All right. Well, Frank, I like my job here. I like it better than any job I ever had. And if you do anything...
No, Clint, I promise you I won't. And I'll do everything you tell me to.
I'll talk to the foreman and see what I can do.
Much obliged. Want me to ear him down while you saddle him?
No, I'll saddle him. I don't think he's going to be much trouble.
How about when you get on him?
He's liable not to like that.
Okay, Clinter.
All right, easy, boy. Easy now. Easy, easy, easy.
That's the way I used to break horses. Easy, one step at a time.
That's the difference between us, Baldy. You don't believe in shortcuts, I do.
You would.
That's the boy. Oh, easy, Smoke. This isn't gonna hurt you. Atta boy. Atta boy. Ah. That's the stuff. Ah. Easy. Tight, huh? Easy, Smoke. Now, Smoke, there's got to be a first time. Huh? Huh?
$2 a lad ride him till he quits.
No business, Baldy. I'm no sucker.
with him, my lad, hang with him.
A cow pony isn't a pleasure horse, he's a work horse. And he's got to learn how to work. Once he's saddle-wise, the first thing you teach him is neck reining, so that he'll turn with the slightest pressure of the reins on his neck. And he's got to stop when he feels his rider's weight shifting out of the saddle.
I know all these things don't make much sense to you yet, but they're things you gotta learn. I told the boss you'd make one of the finest cow horses in the country. You wouldn't want to make a liar out of me, would you?
And he's got to get used to unexpected things like coyotes. We worked together on my own time, before sunup or at dusk, and Smoky caught on fast. He'd gotten used to the rope sailing around his head, but when I shot it past him and caught that bush, it was another story.
Now it's just a little old bush. You're not going to be scared of that, are you? Huh? Oh. Oh, Smoke.
I brought the bush in for him to see so that he'd know that no matter what was on the other end of the rope, it wouldn't hurt him. Then he had to learn the feel of weight on the rope. He had to get wise to the sudden shift of the saddle when the weight pulls hard on the horn and jerks against his withers.
Oh, son. Oh. Pull back. That's it. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
He learned fast, and what he learned he never forgot. I was mighty proud of him. But I was anxious to see how he'd act with a real live calf on that rope.
Hold it, Smoke. All right, girl, we're not gonna hurt her. Good boy, Smoke. That's the way to do it. And we'll let him go. Now hold it.
And so Smoky became a cow horse.
Well, how's Teacher's pet today?
He's doing all right.
Well, he ought to, the way you've been nursing him along.
It's worth it, Willie. He's really catching on to things.
He's just kidding you. The first chance he gets, he'll go hightailing it right back to the hills.
I'm not gonna give him the chance. There.
Sure is a pretty little rascal at that, ain't he?
Well.
What a little son of a gun. He likes you.
Yeah.
You got those broncs ready yet, Barkley?
Yeah, they're all over there in the corral.
What about him?
Well, he doesn't go.
Why not?
Well, isn't Miss Richard keeping him here on the ranch?
Well, she didn't say anything to me about it. Run him in with the others, Denton.
Oh, look, Jeff, that horse will be worth a lot more to you here than the price you could get for him.
Well, if he's as good as you think, we ought to get plenty.
Well, anyway, you can't send him out with the others. He's not ready yet.
He's not ready?
Oh.
You've been riding him, haven't you? Get him out.
You're not getting sentimental over a horse, eh, Clinty?
All right, Bud, outside. You heard me. Move.
Oh, Smoky! Stop it! I told you he wasn't ready.
I'll ready him. I'll throw him right on his back.
You let him alone.
Why, that knothead's a killer.
I said let him alone.
Okay, Clint. You don't have to get sore about it. I wish I was breaking that knothead.
I don't know what you're trying to do with that stallion. But you take the fight out of him or I'll turn him back to the hills where he belongs.
You don't know what to make of all this.
First day of a roundup's just like the first day of school to a kid.
Wait till he beats up with the cows.
Yeah.
When I was young, I used to wait on the boss and give him his plate and pass the bottle when he got dry and brush away the blue-tailed fly.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The boss is gone away.
And when he'd ride in the afternoon, I'd follow after with a hickory broom, the pony being rather shy when bitten by a blue-tailed fly.
Oh, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The boss is gone away.
One day he ride around the farm, the flies so numerous they did swarm. One chanced to bite him on the thigh, the devil take the boot-tailed fly.
Oh, Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The boss is gone away.
The pony run, he jump, he pitch. He threw my boss right in the ditch. He died and the jury wondered why. The verdict was the blue-tailed fly.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The boss is gone away.
They lay him under a simmon tree. His epitaph is there to see. Beneath this stone I'm forced to lie, victim of a blue-tailed fly.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The boss is gone away.
When I was a bachelor, I lived all alone. I worked at the weaver's trade. And the only thing that I did that was wrong was to woo a fair young maid. I wooed her in the winter time, part of the summer too. And the only thing that I did that was wrong was to keep her from the foggy dew. One night she knelt close by my side when I was fast asleep. She threw her arms around my neck and then began to weep. She wept, she cried, she tore her hair. Ah me, what could I do? So all night long I held her in my arms, just to keep her from the foggy dew. But now I'm getting older, and I live with my son. We work at the weaver's trade, and every single time that I look into his eyes, he reminds me of the fair young maid. He reminds times that I held her in my arms, just to keep her from the foggy, foggy dew.
How do I ring dang do, Willie?
That's all, boys. Now, we've got a hard day ahead of us tomorrow.
All right.
Over 1,000 head there. You know, what you can sell cattle for today, I'd settle for a couple of hundred.
Just remember, you're punching them, not selling them.
Just like humans, don't they? I was hollering before they heard. Just goes to show they ain't nothing as bad as it seems.
Shook off before he got in this place.
Dig in there.
Boy, that looks good.
Good, I'll say.
All right, Smoky, come on, let's get the...
Come on, Shelly. Come on.
There you are.
Oh, Cook, how you making?
Give us some more.
That's only your second plateful, Willie. What's happening to your appetite?
Give me time, boy. Give me time.
Barkley.
Yep?
I want you to go over to Box Canyon and look for strays. Willie, you do the same on Rock Ridge.
Denton here will help you.
You mean now?
Yeah, before you bust.
Hello, Smoke. I'd like to go along, wouldn't you? Oh, you would, huh? All right, I'll give you a chance to do your stuff. Well, this is where I leave you. You better meet back here with any strays we pick up and we'll run them in together.
Let's be sure we get back in time for lunch.
busted up a little on that one. It's all right, boy. It wasn't your fault. We gotta get back to the ranch. Pull up a little, boy. Oh. I can't get up on. Smoky, it's up to you.
Hey, Frank, when are you going to pay me that $20 you?
Told you, Willie, I'm going to give it to you next payday.
But payday's come and gone.
Oh, there's always going to be another payday, Willie. Now quit worrying, will you?
Hey, look.
Smoky.
Yeah. What's he dragging?
Hold him. Now, look, you hold his eye, and I'll see if I can sneak around and get a rope on him.
Wait. He won't let you get near him.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Looks like you might be heading for the ranch.
Yeah. We'd better keep our distance or he'll drag Clint to pieces. He's not dragging him, he's helping him.
He's hanging on to the right stirrup, too.
Son of a gun. Any other horse would kick his brains out for that. Miss Julie, stay back.
See if you can open the corral gate without scaring him. Easy now.
careful now. How are we going to get him out of there? It's all right, Smoky. It's all right, boy.
Easy, boy. Easy. We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt Clint either. No, sir.
Willie, he'll trample him.
He's gonna fight anything we can do to get Clint away from him.
I'll get him away. I won't fight this.
Wait! Clint. Clint, take your arm out of the stirrup. Take your arm out of the stirrup, Clint. Take it out.
Get your rope, Willie.
Here, Clint. Grab hold of this rope.
I'll draw him off over here.
Ah, Smoky, Smoky! Ah!
Take him into the house.
I feel...
Take it easy.
Looks to me like some busted ribs. Does it hurt to breathe?
Keep quiet, Willie. Please don't try to talk, Clint. Just lie still till the doctor gets here.
Oh, Smoky.
Smoky's all right.
Sure he is. Frank Denton's out there looking after him right now.
Not too rough, Frank.
This jughead's got to learn the hard way. One-man horse, this ain't no horse at all. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Don't be a fool. Stop it, will you? He saved Clint's life. He's excited now. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Someday somebody's gonna teach you some manners. Might even be me.
Well, looks like the patient's feeling much better this morning.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Thought maybe I'd try getting up this afternoon.
Oh, no, you don't. You stay right where you are. The doctor tells you can get up. Open your pajama coat, please.
What for?
I'm going to retape your ribs.
Well, that's what I was afraid of.
Dr. Jameson can't get out again till next week.
Oh, well, maybe we better wait till next week.
Oh, come on now, come on.
All right. No, don't.
Oh, what's the matter? I haven't even started yet.
I know, but you were going to. I'll tell you, I think the best way maybe to work it off bit by bit like this, huh? Yes. You see, it's coming off, all right? Oh!
Now, there, that wasn't so bad, was it?
No. Glad we don't have to do it again this week, though. What's that?
Ether.
Yeah, what's that for?
Just to clean off your skin.
No. You sure there's any skin left?
Now, you're gonna have to help me with this. You hold that. Take a deep breath.
Oh, careful.
Now, hold this. I saw Smoky today.
Oh, you did? How is he?
Fine.
Is Frank Denton still working with him?
No. A blind man could see how you felt about somebody else handling him. So I put him out to pasture.
Oh?
And then when you're well enough, you can pick up his schooling right where you left off. Okay?
You bet it's okay. Thanks.
Good morning.
Morning.
Did Julie do a good job on those ribs?
She sure did.
Take a look, Graham.
Oh, Julie, I'm ashamed of you. That's no way to tape a man.
Oh, no!
You'll have to do it all over again.
Wish I was an apple on a tree.
On a tree.
Wish I was an apple on a tree.
On a tree.
If I was an apple on a tree, my girl come along and take a bite of me. I wish I was an apple on a tree.
I wish I was the sun up above. I wish I was the sun up above.
Up above.
If I was the sun up above, I'd shine right down on my true love. I wish I was the sun up above.
Wish I was an apple on a tree. Wish I was an apple on a tree.
Hiya, Baldy. You got a fella around here by the name of Barkley?
We have.
Where is he?
Yonder in the barn.
I haven't seen you down at my place much lately.
You have not?
Got a new faro dealer. I'll drop in sometime, do yourself some good.
You mean do you some good?
I wish I was a squirrel with a big long tail.
A big long tail.
Wish I was a squirrel with a big long tail.
A big long tail.
If I was a squirrel with a big long tail, I'd spread it out and away I'd sail. I wish I was a squirrel with a big long tail. Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. If I was a woolly boogie bee, I'd make my home in that cherry tree. I wish I was a woolly boogie bee.
That's all right. I'm looking for a fellow named Barkley. They told me I could find him over here.
Well, they told you right, mister.
My name's Barkley.
Oh, I'm looking for Clint Barkley.
You're looking right at him.
What can I do for you?
Well, if you're Clint Barkley, I guess there's nothing you can do for me. I'm Mac Gordon. A guy gave me this about a month ago, and haven't seen him since. Thought I'd come up and collect. Got any idea who could have been?
I might have.
Who is it?
Look, I don't like people signing my name to things. Do you mind if I hang on to this?
What for?
If you let me handle it, maybe I can get your money for you.
That's okay, just so I get it. But if I don't, I'll be up to see you again.
Well, I wonder who could have done a dirty trick like that.
Scrubby, you know where Frank Denton is?
Yeah, he's out in the back trail.
Frank?
Hi, Clinter.
Drop your horse. I want to talk to you.
Sure. What's on your mind, my boy?
So you're the guy that wanted another chance.
What are you talking about?
This.
You're not getting sore about a little thing like that, are you, Clinter?
A little thing. You've signed my name to an IOU. That's practically forgery. What was your idea in doing a thing like that? He can't collect from me.
Clinter, that's the whole point. He can't collect from you, and he's got nothing on me.
Frank, you're no good and you never will be.
Now go and draw your pay and get out of here. You've caused me all the trouble you're gonna.
Oh, quit worrying, will you? That's the way you feel about it. I'll pay the guy.
You bet you pay him. Because I'm driving you to town right now to see that you do. Now go and pack your things.
Just a minute. Maybe I'm not ready to quit this job. Besides, you can't fire me. You're not the foreman around here, not yet.
I said go and pack your things.
I think you're making a mistake, Clinter. You wouldn't want me to tell the boss about you, would you? Because I think she's a little stuck on you, but I mean, but you know, she might change her mind if she knew you'd served time, that you were nothing but a jailbird. Okay, Clinter. I'll go.
I'll meet you at the bunkhouse.
Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, love, hear the wind blow, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. If you don't love me, love who you please. Put your arms round me, give my heart ease, give my heart ease, love, give my heart ease. Put your arms round me, give my heart ease. Write me a letter.
When'd you get back from town?
About an hour ago.
Have you had your supper?
Yeah, Baldy fixed me a couple of eggs.
So, you know, Graham is sure you moved back to the bunkhouse because you like Baldy's chow better than hers.
No, she's wrong about that. It's just that, well, I appreciate you taking care of me while I was laid up, but it's time I started back to work.
You sure you're well enough?
Oh, yeah, I feel fine now. I stopped in the doctor's and he said I could ride again if I take it easy. I thought first thing in the morning I'd go out and bring Smoky in. How about riding along?
I'd love to, Clint. I'll fix us up a nice lunch.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be going back to work.
Well, you still have to eat, don't you?
Yeah, I guess. Say, do you suppose we could find Smoky if we rode out tonight?
Oh, now, look, you can wait till morning. Anyway, how do you expect to find a black horse at night?
Oh, it'd be fun to try. Go on, change your clothes, huh?
Okay. I won't be long.
Jeff! Hey, Jeff. Scrubby wants you.
What's the matter, Scrubby?
Some of your prize cattle's been stolen out of the South Meadow.
Maybe they just broke the fence and strayed.
No, I rode up just as they were hauling them off in trucks. And they got Smoky, Clint.
They did?
Did you get a good look at them?
It was too dark for that. But the head guy had a voice that sounded exactly like Denton's.
You boys settle up. We'd better call the sheriff's office, Miss Julie. You come along with me, Barkley. They moved him in trucks. And I'm pretty sure the gang was led by a wrangler named Denton. Yeah, he worked here till today. Okay, we'll wait here for you. Now tell me, Barkley, what do you know about this fellow, Frank Denton?
Just about everything, I guess.
Then you knew he asked me for his time today.
I told him to.
You told him to? Why?
I had a good reason.
Well, I guess you also had a good reason for talking me into hiring him.
I thought I did.
You know, Barkley, ever since you've been here, I've watched you like a hawk. Now, so far, you've been all right. You haven't slipped once. But what I want to know is, where do you fit into this?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jeff. You've got no right to accuse Clint. You're not even sure it was Denton. After all, Scrubby didn't see him. He just heard a voice that sounded like his.
I'm as sure as Jeff is that it was Denton.
You are? Why?
Because I know him, and he's just crazy enough to try something like this.
Well, if that's the case, why did you recommend him for the job?
He's my brother. Ever since we were kids, I've covered up for him. I even went to jail for him. And he came here looking for a job. He promised me he wouldn't make any trouble. I believed him because, well, he knew how much this place meant to me. I guess I made a mistake.
You think you might know where to find him?
No, but I'd sure like to try.
Clint, you take the station wagon. We'll follow with the sheriff.
Thanks. That all right with you, Jeff?
Sure, go ahead.
Hold it! Hold it!
All right, boys, make it snappy. Get these hot, will you?
Okay. Okay, let her up. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. And our deal was cash on delivery.
That's right. From now on, it's my responsibility. Hurry up, boys. Get rolling. What about him?
No, he's not for sale. And if you don't mind, I'm going to stick around a while and gentle him down a little.
Go ahead. See you in a couple of days.
Okay. Well, if you're ready, I am. Smoke, it looks like you got to learn the hard way. It's good enough for me. Wish old Clinton could see this.
He must have broken the rope first and then went for your brother.
Yeah, then he jumped that fence. He's probably 20 miles away by this time.
I guess there's nothing more we can do.
Except to come in and sign a complaint against those fellas we caught with your cattle.
Well, we'll see you at the ranch.
I'm going to look for Smoky.
Don't you think you better forget about him after what happened?
No, Jeff, they'll say he's a killer now. They'll never believe he had a reason for doing what he did. That's why I've got to find him, before somebody else does.
All right, Clint. I hope you do find him.
He was a 4-year-old and stood about 16 hands high.
Yes, I heard there's a wild horse around this part of the country. Some boys went out a couple of months back, tried to rope him, but it's a little too slick for him. He's probably over in Arizona by now.
Well, thanks anyway.
You're welcome.
While I was looking for Smoky, there were others looking for him, too.
Hey, I'm beginning to believe there ain't no such animal.
Oh, yes, there is. About a month ago, I pretty near had my rope on. I'm telling you, Mr. Nelson, if we catch him, you're going to have the wildest bronc that ever was in rodeo.
I hope you're right.
Hey, look.
thought he was wild and figured if they caught him, they could headline him in their rodeos. But like all hunted things, he'd learned to disappear before the very eyes of the men who hunted him. Smoky knew that he was safe only for the moment. Even if he did lose these men, there would be others. His only hope was to keep moving. Hot and thirsty, he sought out a water hole. But he was always conscious of the danger, for these men had single-track minds. Smoky raced toward a valley where he knew every foot of the way. But there was money to be made from this wild horse, and shrewd minds had planned ahead. No matter which way he ran, there were always men with fresh horses to cut him off. Relentlessly, they rode him down until his heart was ready to break. There was only one avenue of escape left to him, the cave in the rocks that hemmed him in. But men had been there ahead of him. He was trapped. He fought them with everything he had, and that's just what these men wanted. A horse that would fight.
If this weather keeps up, we'll have snow before morning.
There's still a lot of cattle left out on Pine Ridge. Willie and Scrubby brought in what they could. Almost froze to death doing it.
But Willie must have thought out considerable with all that caterwauling he's doing.
Graham, I'm worried. If we have a heavy snowfall, we'll have trouble bringing the rest of the stock in.
No, we won't. Barkley and I'll pick him up the first thing in the morning.
Clint!
Well, hello.
Hello, Mr. Richards.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Thanks, Julie. It's good to be back.
Did you find Smoky?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Well, take your coat off and sit down.
Thanks.
You wanted a cup of coffee, didn't you, Jeff?
No, ma'am, I had 3 cups at supper.
Well, the one I'm going to get you now will make 4.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have you had your supper?
Yes, I had some in town before I came out.
Didn't you even find a trace of Smoky?
Yes, I did. I followed him into the Antelope Mountains and then into Arizona around the Tonto Basin. But they having an early winter down there and the trails were all snowed in, so I had to give it up.
I'm sorry, Clint.
Well, there's one way of looking at it. Smoky's got his freedom again.
Oh, stop kidding yourself. You'll never be happy till you find him. When the trails open up next spring, you'll want to start looking for him all over again. Isn't that true?
Yeah. I guess you're about right.
Okay, then. You have a job till the middle of March. And then you're fired.
That's a deal.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, what you've all been waiting for. Cougar, the wildest, bucketest bronc in the world. Cougar, the man killer. $500 for anyone staying the limit. Cougar!
And so the cash register jingled and the money rolled into the box office. And Smoky, the sweetest cow pony I ever knew, built himself a reputation for being the wildest horse who ever lived. And the crowds came and they cheered, and Smoky did his job like he always had. And year after year, men grew rich because Smoky had a great heart and a great spirit. Then one day he was hurt. And his bucking days were over.
From the way you describe him, I think that's your horse. Now, if you follow up these rodeos, you might find him.
Thanks.
Caught him up near Red Rock. You know, he was the toughest animal I ever had in the show.
That sounds like Smoky, all right. Where is he?
He fell one day while we were playing here last year and was pretty badly hurt, so I had to get rid of him.
What do you mean?
Well, he'd made so much money for me, I didn't want to shoot him, so I gave him away.
Who'd you give him to?
To an old man that runs a riding academy down on Maple Street. He thought maybe he could fix him up and get some use out of him.
Thanks.
To me, like I remember that horse, sort of a red roan with a sway back, wasn't he?
No, he's steel brown, nearly black. He's got a white star on his forehead. He's got a look in his eyes like... Well, if you'd seen it, you'd remember.
Would you be willing to go as high as $100 to get him back?
I'd go more than that. Where is he?
Sure wish I knew. Ain't very often anybody offers me money like that for one of my horses.
Nelson told me he gave you the horse the last time his rodeo played here. Try and remember, will you?
When they come to me, they all look pretty much alike. None of them ain't worth much, and when I get through with them, they're worth less. I sell them for what I can get. Sometimes for dog food, and sometimes for glue. What kind of a look did you say he had?
If you can't remember, I can't tell you.
In the parade.
Whoa! Come back here!
Mister, you don't want to treat your horse that way. You just want to get in the parade.
Why don't you mind your own business?
No, I wouldn't use that if I were you. Wouldn't hurt you to feed him once in a while, either. That's all right, old fella.
You should have socked him.
What's the matter, fella?
Looks like they made a hit with him.
Hey, get that junk heap out of here.
Shut up. Get up.
How about it, fellas? I'm starved.
Coming along, Clint? Yeah.
That's right, thank you.
Boy, am I hungry.
What'll it be, gents?
Hamburger air, no onions and coffee.
Same here and a lot of it.
Hey, did you notice? He had a star.
Huh?
The junkie's horse. He had a star on his forehead.
All right, he had a star. Now, what'll you have?
I'll have the same.
Thank you.
You know, there was something about that old horse that...
Where are you going?
I'll see you back at the hotel. Are you sure you don't know the horse?
I ain't got him. And I can't say I know who has.
Well, somebody must have him. I saw him today. He was trying to get in the parade.
Now, let's see. He was over the Schultz and Browns, and they didn't have him. And old Lady Barry's got a truck. And as I said before, I ain't got him. I guess that just about does it, son.
Well, much obliged anyway.
Wait a minute. Come to think of it, I did hear of a new man moving in on the other side of Crow Creek, east side of town, someplace. I believe they said his name was Bingo or Mingo or something like that.
Thanks.
Well, I hope you find him.
Well, I've had a hard time finding you.
What do you want?
I'd like to take a look at your horse.
What for?
If he's the one I'm hoping he is, I'd like to buy him from you.
I might sell.
Where is he?
He's out back.
Do you mind if I take a look at him?
No, I guess not. I'll turn on the lights.
Smoky. 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 It's been a long time, hasn't it, boy?
He's turning Smoky out into the meadow today for the first time.
Yeah. When Clint brought that horse back, I thought we'd have to shoot him.
Who, Clint?
Oh.
Come on up, fella. Hello, boy.
Well, Smoky, you anxious to get out to pasture?
Sure he is. You've waited a long time for this, haven't you, fella? Come on. All right, boy. There it is. It's all yours. Go ahead.
He can't believe he's home yet.
No. Go ahead, Smoke.
So welcome home, Smoky. Your troubles are through. The forest and canyon are away